But first, a controversial bill is being heard on the Senate floor of the North Carolina General Assembly right now. The so-called Parents' Bill of Rights looks to limit the discussion of gender and sexuality in elementary schools. The same bill with minor differences passed the Senate last year, but didn't make it out of the state house because of the possibility of a veto from Governor Roy Cooper. WCNC Charlotte, Shamaria Morrison joining us live now from Uptown Charlotte with more details on how the vote is expected to go. And Shay, the bottom line is this bill expected to pass today?
Yes, Carolyn, it is, and actually likely by party line. So Republicans in the Senate, they introduced this bill, and ever since the bill was introduced just a few days ago when the session started, people for and against the bill have been very, very vocal.
There are two provisions in the Senate bill called the so-called Parents' Bill of Rights that critics call problematic. Those are limiting discussions of gender and sexuality for kids in kindergarten through 4th grade, and pushes teachers to tell parents when a student of any age questions their own sexuality. Since its first committee meeting last week, the conversations around it have been heated.
Instead of this bill, we should be working to pass bills to ensure that every public school student, parent, and educator have the fully funded, fully resourced public schools that they deserve.
I cannot understand why it would be controversial to say that children 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old should not be taught about sexuality or sexual activity in a public school classroom.
If this bill passes the Senate, it'll go to the House where Republicans have enough votes to pass it and send it to Governor Cooper's desk.
And if it does make its way to Governor Cooper's desk, there is still that real possibility it might be vetoed. But there's some new House rules that were passed by Republicans in the House, and it makes it easier to override a veto by the governor. Now they can immediately convene to override a veto, and this makes it easier if there is a possible veto on this so-called Parents' Bill of Rights. It's just a little bit easier for at least the House to override the veto with little to no notice. Shamaria Morrison, live in Uptown Charlotte.